Right now at 6, a principal placed on leave and a school board chair resigns.
We're all not going to stand for it anymore because it's been put under the rug.
So what's next in St. Helens after 2 teachers were charged with sex crimes involving students? Also tonight, new video of the Vancouver Mall murder suspect under interrogation.
Looking for an opportunity for you to tell me what happened at the mall.
Then, why an Oregon House race suddenly separated by a single vote could have huge implications for what happens in Salem. And later,
I'm stoked about it. I think it's going to be crazy this season.
the early season present for skiers and snowboarders, with a whole lot more on the way. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Mulco. We begin at 6 with the fallout from the arrest of 2 St. Helens teachers for alleged sex abuse continuing to grow. With the school board president out, a principal placed on leave, and now also on leave, the district superintendent. Catherine Cook is live in St. Helens, where parents gathered to watch an emergency school board meeting. Catherine?
David, the school board voted to place Superintendent Scott Stockwell on paid administrative leave just about an hour ago. While that meeting was playing out, parents and students cheered as the news came down. As they watched here at the Village Inn, the meeting was via Zoom this afternoon. Earlier this week, dozens of parents packed the school board meeting. They called out what they described as a culture of unchecked predatory behavior among teachers at St. Helens High School. Since that meeting, the board chair, Ryan Scholl, has resigned. And again, Superintendent Scott Stockwell is now on paid leave. Also, St. Helens High School principal Dr. Katie Wagner is now on paid leave. The teachers in question, choir teacher Eric Stearns and retired teacher Mark Collins, were charged with abusing a total of 9 students between 2015 and January of this year. Parents were especially angry since learning the school board knew about a police investigation into Stearns for 2 months before his arrest and allowed him to keep teaching during that time. We talked with parents about how the district is handling things now.
They have tried to let everyone know what's going on. They've talked to the principals, they've talked to counselors, reported things, nothing is happening. And for some reason, finally, something ignited, and in a big way. And it is putting light on everything.
It's worth noting classes were canceled yesterday as well as today due to student protests, and we've just learned the district has canceled classes for Monday at both Plymouth High School and St. Helens High School. Back to you.
Yeah, putting light on everything. Catherine Cook in St. Helens. Thanks, Catherine. As we follow these cases, the team at The Story is working to talk with people in the St. Helens community who have more information. If that is you, you can email thestory@kgw.com or call and leave a voicemail. The number there, 503-226-5090. In your headlines, federal and state health officials have confirmed the first human case of avian influenza or bird flu in Oregon this year. Officials say the person is linked to a previously reported outbreak at a commercial poultry operation in Clackamas County. They add there is no evidence of person-to-person transmission, and so the risk to the public remains low. County Public Health says the person was treated and has since fully recovered. A heads up for TriMet riders in downtown Portland this weekend, where a small section of the MAX will be shut down for upgrades. The work will impact service in both directions on the blue and red lines between the Galleria and Providence Park stations. Shuttle buses will be in place through that short stretch. TriMet says riders should plan an extra 15 minutes or so for their trips. Nearly 100 Advance Auto Parts employees in the Portland metro area will soon be losing their jobs. Today, the North Carolina-based company announced it'll be closing more than 500 corporate-owned stores nationwide, on top of 200 independent locations, all due to lagging sales. This includes 9 Portland area locations stretching from Hillsborough to Sandy. According to a filing with the state, 96 local employees will be laid off by February or March. And more than a week after the election, ballots are still being counted, and a race that was thought to be over is very much alive in House District 22, which covers Woodburn and northern Marion County. The incumbent Republican Tracy Kramer now trails Democratic challenger Leslie Munoz by 34 votes. Those numbers just in and dropped by the Secretary of State. It was just 1 vote earlier today that separated the two. If Democrats flip this district, they will have a 3/5 supermajority in both chambers of the legislature, giving them power power to pass laws, including tax-related laws, without any Republican votes. The Marion County Clerk told OPB there are more than 800 ballots left to count, in addition to 700 more that voters can cure by verifying their signatures. They have until November 26 to do that, and election results must be certified by December 2nd. Matt?
All right, David, thanks very much. You know, we got a good night going on out there. It's cool. Temperatures are dropping into the mid-40s already, but it's dry. We've got some breaks in the clouds, full moon out there as well. So if you're heading out this evening, you do not need the umbrella. You probably need a jacket, though, or something to keep you warm, because temperatures will be dropping quickly from the mid-40s. Now, up in the Cascades, different story. Got a winter storm watch. It begins Sunday morning, continues until Monday night for the heavy snow that is on the way there. That is going to be a thing. For the weekend, not so bad. In fact, the snow level goes up Saturday night before crashing back down Sunday morning. So it'll be Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, into Monday night when we get the heaviest snow and strong winds. Snow level all the way down to about 2,000 feet. That means if you're driving up over the passes, you need to have traction tires or your traction devices with you. It's early season. A lot of people aren't ready for that. So just make sure if you are heading up that way that you're ready to drive in snow, because there's going to be a lot of snow. Look at this forecast. That's 20 inches by just Monday, and there's more on the way after that. Now, a couple other things to think about. Heavy valley rain, but that's mainly going to be when we're all sleeping very early on Sunday morning. And at the coast, we've already seen sneaker waves. I'll show you a video of that coming up in just a bit, but low-lying tidal overflow flooding at the coast also possible because of the full moon. David?
Looks like we're back to red on the 7-day. Thanks so much, Matt. Tonight, new video obtained by KGW News shows Vancouver police questioning the suspect in the deadly Halloween night shooting at the Vancouver Mall. Devin Haskins has been going through that video. Devin, walk us through what you've learned.
Well, David, Vancouver detectives questioned Travis Ward for roughly 17 minutes. And during that interview, he maintains his innocence and says he didn't go in the mall. Detectives then show him video they say shows him shooting and killing a man inside the packed mall on Halloween night. At 7:03 p.m. on November 2nd, Vancouver police lead suspected shooter Travis Ward into an interview room inside police headquarters. Hours earlier, drone video shows him walking out of his Vancouver apartment with his hands raised.
Travis. Hi, I'm Justin. This is Deanna.
After detectives read him his Miranda rights, they start questioning him about the deadly shooting at the Vancouver Mall on Halloween night.
Shooting occurred at the mall. That's why you're here. Person James Perez, deceased, inside the food court, along with a couple other people that got hit from gunfire. So that's what we're here for.
On October 31st, the Vancouver Mall hosted a trick-or-treating event. Hundreds of kids and parents were at the mall that night when a shooting happened in the food court on the second floor. 26-year-old James Perez was killed. 2 other men were injured. Back in the interview room, Ward tells detectives he was never inside the mall, but did admit to going there.
Were you not at the mall?
We went to the mall, but all that occurred, so there was no point in me making it into the mall by the time it occurred.
After hearing the charges he's facing, first-degree murder and 2 counts of assault, he seems confused.
How am I being charged with something, though?
Because when you enter the mall with her and your mom and your daughter, you put on a mask, you walk through the mall with them, you get to the part upstairs where she stays with your daughter and your mom's getting a tea or something, and then you walk up and you shoot the guy in the back of the head. That's why you're under arrest for murder in the first degree.
I mean, if you don't believe it, I can show you what we have.
The detective then walks out of the room and walks back in 30 seconds later holding a laptop.
That person that's walking right there isn't you?
Yeah, but that don't mean that was me, like I said.
They show him what appears to be multiple camera videos from inside the mall.
And you walk over here, then another camera shows you walking the second floor, then it shows you stop right about here, then you see the cat come across here, standing right here, you start walking over to the food court, and then you shoot him in the back of the head. It's all on camera.
Ward remains silent as detectives ask him for a motive.
Like I said, I don't got nothing to say.
No, who is he to you?
I don't know that dude.
At 7:32, 17 minutes after he's read his Miranda rights, Ward says he's done talking.
I won't talk to nobody but a lawyer, like I said.
You're being booked for murder in the first degree and 2 counts of assault, 1 other charges of probably pending. Any questions? You can stay there. We'll be back.
We're still waiting to learn about a motive in this case. Travis Ward remains in the Clark County Jail without bail. He'll be back in court December 12th.
Interesting glimpse of how this all played out. Thanks so much, Devin.